2026 Porsche Cayenne Electric represents a major step in Porsche's long-term electrification strategy and reflects years of gradual preparation rather than a sudden shift. Development of an all-electric Cayenne has been discussed publicly since the early 2020s, with Porsche confirming that the transition would only happen once battery technology and charging infrastructure reached acceptable performance standards. The company deliberately delayed a full electric version while continuing to update combustion and hybrid Cayenne models, allowing time to refine electric drivetrains without compromising everyday usability. This careful pacing also aligns with Porsche's broader product roadmap, which balances regulatory pressure with the brand's emphasis on engineering integrity and long-term durability. Launch expectations place the 2026 Cayenne Electric as a global model, arriving first in major European and Chinese markets before expanding to North America and other regions. Pricing is expected to sit above the outgoing combustion Cayenne but below flagship electric luxury SUVs from ultra-premium competitors. In Europe, entry pricing is likely to start at a level comparable to well-equipped Cayenne e-hybrid models, while higher performance versions will move closer to traditional Porsche upper pricing bands. In the United States and parts of Asia, local taxes, incentives, and import structures will influence final figures, positioning the vehicle as premium but not unreachable. From a value perspective, Porsche appears to be aiming for a balance between technology content, performance capability, and long-term ownership confidence. The Cayenne Electric is not intended to be the cheapest electric SUV in its segment, nor the most expensive. Instead, it targets buyers who prioritize consistent performance, build quality, and brand credibility over headline specifications alone. This positioning mirrors the strategy Porsche has used successfully with previous Cayenne generations. The Cayenne nameplate has been central to Porsche's financial stability since its introduction in the early 2000s. While initially controversial, the model proved that Porsche could expand beyond sports cars without diluting its core identity. Over successive generations, the Cayenne earned a reputation for strong reliability, solid resale values, and daily usability across diverse markets. The electric version is designed to extend that legacy into a regulatory environment, increasingly focused on emissions reduction. Construction of the 2026 Cayenne Electric is expected to be based on the Volkswagen Group's premium platform electric architecture. This platform allows flexible battery sizes, multiple motor configurations, and advanced thermal management systems. For real-world use, this means consistent performance across varying climates and driving conditions, rather than peak output limited to ideal scenarios. The platform also supports high-voltage charging, reducing downtime during long-distance travel. Exterior design of the Cayenne Electric follows Porsche's evolutionary approach, rather than a radical visual break. Proportions remain familiar, with a long wheelbase, short overhangs, and a low roofline relative to overall height. Subtle aerodynamic adjustments, including smoother surfaces and reworked front and rear elements, improve efficiency without altering the vehicle's recognizable shape. Lighting signatures are expected to align with newer Porsche electric models, reinforcing brand continuity. In terms of size, the Cayenne Electric is expected to closely match the current generation Cayenne. Overall length and width will remain competitive within the midsize luxury SUV segment, ensuring interior space is not compromised by battery packaging. Compared with rivals such as the BMW iX or Mercedes EQE SUV, the Cayenne is likely to appear more traditionally proportioned. This may appeal to buyers who prefer conventional SUV aesthetics over more experimental electric designs. Powertrain options are expected to vary by market, but all versions will use dual-motor all-wheel drive configurations. Base models are likely to deliver performance comparable to existing V6-powered Cayenne variants. Higher output versions may approach or exceed the acceleration figures of current Cayenne turbo models. Though Porsche is expected to avoid excessive emphasis on raw numbers, single-speed transmissions will be used, focusing on smooth power delivery rather than mechanical complexity. Battery capacity is expected to support competitive driving range figures under global testing standards. While exact numbers remain unconfirmed, Porsche typically prioritizes repeatable performance and thermal stability over maximum rated range. This approach aligns with the brand's philosophy of engineering for sustained use rather than laboratory benchmarks. Fast charging capability will be a key feature, especially in markets with developed charging networks. Hybrid variants will continue alongside the electric model for several years in certain regions. This strategy allows Porsche to meet varying emissions regulations while giving customers flexibility during the transition period. The coexistence of electric, hybrid, and combustion Cayenne models reflects realistic market demand, rather than ideological commitment to a single solution. It also reduces risk for buyers uncertain about charging availability. Within Porsche's global lineup, the Cayenne Electric will sit above the Macan Electric and below future flagship electric SUVs. It is designed for buyers who want Porsche performance characteristics in a practical, family-oriented package. These customers may not be traditional sports car owners, but they value engineering consistency and long-term ownership confidence. In this context, the 2026 Porsche Cayenne Electric represents evolution shaped by restraint rather than reinvention driven by trends.